Hey guys, it's Kesara, and today I'm going to be doing my spoiler-free review for Come Tumbling Down by Seanan McGuire. So Come Tumbling Down is the 5th book in the Wayward Children series. It's following up on story threads that end in Every Heart a Doorway and Down Among the Sticks and Bones, which are the first 2 books in the series. So it's following kind of the character arcs of Jack and Jill after the end of Every Heart a Doorway, which I was really excited for because how it ends, Every Heart a Doorway, really makes you want to read the next book in the series, especially Jack and Jill's storyline. So I felt like this could have been one of my favorite books. I do have quite a few issues with it though, so we'll go right into the review. In the reviews, I talk about 4 things: character, plot, world building, and writing style. So we're gonna start with character. So character, of course, we're gonna talk about Jack and Jill. So Jack and Jill are probably my 2 favorite characters in this entire series, and I love their relationship with each other, especially how it's developed in both Every Heart a Doorway and especially in Down Among the Sticks and Bones. I expected to get more of that in Come Tumbling Down, and I feel like it kind of didn't get that as much. We did get a little bit of that relationship because they do have a really complex relationship, but the story was really more about Jack, and we didn't get as much about Jill in this one. There were quite a few other characters in there that I enjoyed, but I felt like those were the only 2 that got really a little bit of development in this book, while the other characters were kind of just there. I do think that with later books, maybe like the development that we get from the other characters will be relevant to the later books, but it wasn't really relevant to the current book. So next, I usually talk about plot, and for the plot of this book, I think I was a bit disappointed. And I think that's how I am with a lot of the Wayward Children's books. Because they are so short, they don't have as much information in them and as much like story in them as other books do. I felt as if I had a whole book missing in between Every Heart a Doorway and Come Tumbling Down. Like there was an entire story that we missed out on. And yes, we do get a little bit of flashbacks and a little bit of telling us what happened in between, but I would have really loved it if we could have seen that, if we could have experienced that with the characters, which is generally my complaint for like all of the Wayward Children's books. But I felt like the author did a better job of letting us experience what the characters are going through in the first few books rather than in the later books. So this one was probably my least favorite of the Wayward Children's books because of that. Typically, the next thing I talk about is world building. I do think the world building in this series is fantastic. I absolutely love all the different worlds that it goes through and how the worlds are classified, and this one is no change. Like, I love the world that this one was in. It was so much fun, and I think it was just very interestingly written, and I enjoyed that aspect of it. So definitely enjoyed the world building here. I love like how lightning is such an important part of the world. I like kind of how like each different world has things that are important about that world, and it feels a little bit like how our world isn't, but like each different place in our world, like each different city has something that's like important about that city, and the people in that city or country are kind of defined by that. Like, I live in Florida. Lightning is a huge thing in Florida. We get lightning all the time, so like we're used to that. But I know people who come to Florida and they're like, oh my gosh, why is it lightning and thunder all the time? You know what I mean? So like I liked that aspect of it where I could relate to the world in a way that I felt like other people maybe couldn't. I don't know. It was good. I like the world building. I do wish there was a little bit more detail with the world building because I feel like it would just be a fun world to explore. But overall, I do enjoy the world building in this series. Lastly, I talk about writing style, and I think the writing style I enjoy. I don't like that I feel like it skips over a lot of the story. That's kind of almost like a gimmick in this series because it's like a series of novellas, but I feel like there's just so much more detail and so much more story that the author could go into that is just not there in the Wayward Children series. But I do still enjoy it. And I gave Come Tumbling Down 3.75 stars. So this was a pretty short review, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I post videos every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern time, so consider subscribing. I also post bonus videos, so if you want to be notified as soon as I upload, you can click the little bell icon. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up to support my channel. All social media links are in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.